Disco, if you can hear me, I'm about to head down to the ship. I think it should be below us right now. Don't think it's the right conditions for case 1 recovery, but I think I'm going to do one anyways. Oh no, it froze. Right at the wrong time. Oh, there we go. Ah, 2-wire. Red deck. Talon 310 launching Cat 1 left close traffic. I am in close. Talent 310, Rhino ball 5.4. I rolled out a little bit further aft than I'd like to. That one. Usually I'm aiming for under half a mile. There you go. A little bit of a rough landing, 908, but still a 3-wire. Talon 310 launching Cat 1 left close traffic. Nice, that looked like a good trap from here. Oh, and I lost about 100 feet while I was distracted. 310 at the 180. at the 90, run a ball 5.1. Red deck. And there's a green deck.
Bingo. Bingo.
Whoa, whoops. My bad, Disco. I didn't see your chat till now. I just read it. From this location, I'm not sure what bearing the ship is. That's a joke, by the way. My bad. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Hope you unpause before you fall off the ship, man. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, I caught him just in time. Talon 310 launching Cat 2 outbound. Right now I'm just going to get airborne and burn off some gas. Because I am too heavy to trap. It is possible to trap with that much fuel on board. You're not supposed to, but general rule of thumb, under 8,000 pounds, you'll be good. Actually, while we're doing it, though, I might as well just demonstrate it's possible. Now, you will likely see a rougher landing, though. Yeah, but, yeah, let's go in for a break to land real quick. We'll go ahead and drop the hook.
Pull up. Pull up.
So we go into the downwind. I'm going to be going about 350 degrees for the downwind at 600 feet. That's what my target is, at least. See how accurate I can make that. We are down and dirty. Our beam at about 1 mile. .310 is at the 180. .310 is at the 90. 310 run at ball. 16.0 manual. As you can see, though, because I'm so full of gas, look how much more speed I need in order to stay airborne. Like, my approach speed is about 150 here. That's where I'm in the center of my E bracket, which is significantly faster than the other traps. There's a 2-wire too, which isn't the best. Let's get out of the way pretty quick for Disco. You got yourself a green deck, Disco. Ah, oh, darn, did I not clear fast enough? Shoot. But yeah, whenever you if you're too full of gas, obviously I had almost twice the recommended amount on board when I just trap, but you will see higher speeds usually when you're trying to trap, and it does make it more difficult. And in real life, it would, yeah, there's a lot of reasons you wouldn't want to do that. For one, it's going to put a lot more stress on the airframe because obviously you're decelerating an extra 20 knots or so when you do that. Also more mass that's going to jam down on the gears. These are beefy gears, but we still want to minimize the amount of time that we put on them. Not to mention a bunch of the fuel sloshing around and whatnot. I believe if you have a drop tank, you're not supposed to land unless it's empty, just because they don't want the fuel sloshing back and forth in the drop tank. Disco, you were 3/4 of a mile called ball. Roger, ball, you have 20 knots over the deck. That's looking pretty good. It was yeah, no, it was a great approach though. It's a little bit too high. A lot of people will see that and then try to give people flack for boltering, but in all honesty, that's actually a sign of a good pilot right there, because he was being too high is a lot better than being too low in naval operations. And not to mention his approach was perfect. He was looking very stable, so yeah, that's definitely not an approach to be ashamed of. See, I'm going to get airborne and burn off some of this gas now. 310 launching Cap 1 outbound. That turn that I'm doing that you see whenever I launch, if I'm wiping it out to the right or left, it's I believe they're called wipeouts. I'm not totally sure, but the reason you do that, there's two reasons. First obvious one is if you just to get separation between launching aircraft. The other reason you want to do that is in real life, if you had cold catapults or something like that, or if you went into the water after they launched you, say you had to eject or something like that, it's kind of a good idea to be out of the way of the ship, you know, so you're trying to be off to the side of the ship as fast as you can. Safely, that is. Actually, it looks like Disco's coming back in. Here, look down there. Got that landing light that's showing up in the game right now. There we go. Yeah, you made it. Nice trap. If you notice, so generally you don't want to have your landing light on during carrier ops. That's this is a simulator, so I'm not really concerned about it. But in real life, the reason you don't want to have that on. Here, let me get slow enough to deploy my gear. Let's see, maybe about 250 knots for that. There we go. So if you notice here, right now I'm in hook bypass mode. Let's drop the hook. But that red light's flashing, that red light right there, that's actually the same as this AOA indexer. So you have an AOA indexer on your nose wheel. And this is actually what the LSO officer, or landing signal officer, is going to use to tell you if you're on speed overspeed or below speed. And obviously if you got the landing light on, they will not be able to see that. There are certain conditions though where you would want to have your landing light on. I've heard of naval aviators talk about, like, if it gets to clear conditions, which is where you can't really see the ball anymore, if the LSO can't read your AOA indexer, sometimes then they might have you turn on the light just to see your position, given a glide slope and lineup. There's the tanker up there. Another player coming in. Darn, Disco left. Oh, well, if you can hear me, Disco, or if you're ever watching this, good flying with you, man. What am I doing with this rejoin? Alright, I'll quit messing around. So he's going to be about 300 knots. Yeah, earlier, Disco's listening to this. I was just trying to fly inverted. There was barely enough air to bite into to roll inverted. I know I wasn't commenting then, but yeah, I was having to add full drive essentially to keep it level. I think I dipped below for a little bit. Wow, my darn boards are on. That's no good. Actually, in this case, it might be because we're just trying to burn gas at this point. What am I doing? Let's see if we can get gas from this. gonna try that. I'm pretty sure my canopy's gonna hit before my probe gets in the basket. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to formation flying in the Superbug, they use what's called FPH and roll hold. So essentially, they turn that on. It can be useful, I'll admit. For new guys flying with us, a lot of times we recommend not using that or not getting used to it. You'll end up being, in my opinion, I think you'll become a better pilot if you don't become dependent on it. But like it makes the aircraft handle much more smoothly, I guess. So this is with FPH on. Granted, I'm not really, for me, I'm not much smoother just because I'm so used to flying with it off. But obviously, you can't do tricks like this though, rolled inverted and things like that. The fun things. There's barely enough air up here to bite into. Actually, that should be good. But yeah, FPH and roll hold do not work inverted. It will disconnect before you or disconnect the autopilot if you roll it too far. See, I'm actually going to get some altitude. I still got about 4,000 pounds of gas before I'm going to do start my Case 3 recovery CV1 approach. We did have someone who joined earlier. I'm going to turn my nose around and see if I can see him. South now. I'm not expecting him to the south. If anything, they're going to be to the north near PA and C. There's the east. And again, if anyone doesn't know how to work this radar, granted, I can't really go through all of it, you know, in a reasonable amount of time, but just for range while scan mode, this is the most commonly used one, at least for what we use. This number at the top, 6-bar scan, that's how many step ups and downs your radar is going to do. So essentially, this is how high up and down, like in the vertical axis, that you're going to be looking. Down here is in the horizontal axis, so I'm looking at 140 degrees from left to right. I believe 6-bar is like 40 degrees, I think. Ooh, yeah, don't quote me on that. So just to demonstrate this, we got our marker out here. Let's see, maybe about 35 miles out or so. This bottom number, that's the lower limit of my radar, and then the top number is the upper limit of my radar. So I can see anything at this range between 56,000 feet and 9,000 feet. And so I'm getting a pretty big picture. Now these other numbers here, 32, that's your radar memory time. That goes all the way down to 2 seconds, all the way up to 32. What that does is, say if I get a contact on my radar, then he drops off, my radar will remember him for 32 seconds if it's set up that way. If I have it set to 2, it will remember for 2 seconds, obviously. And then over on the right side here, that's just your range. Probably anyone who's watching this already knows a lot of this stuff because they're probably have a Superbug themselves. Now, a lot of that stuff I won't use, though. like on my joystick, I just have a key set up. So essentially, whenever something sweeps in front of my radar, or if anything's in that screen, I'm just gonna spam that key until I select the right one that I'm gonna, that I'm trying to interrogate or look at or whatever. So yeah, I have not seen the other player. I'm gonna head up to PA and see if he's up that direction. Let's see, how much gas do we got here? 9.7. So that little thing on my radar, that's my waypoint. So that's actually Anchorage, or Anchorage International Airport right there. And so far from here till there, I do not see anything. There is that chance, though, that he could be hiding somewhere below 5,000 feet. Doubt he's over 67,000, but that's certainly a possibility, too. Must be an SR-71, though, if he's up there. Or U-2. Let's go to barometric altitude hold. So yeah, right now I'm just going to be looking for the guy. Probably after that, though, I'm going to be going back for CV1 approach and case 1 or case 3 recovery, CV1 approach. Then probably call it a stream after that. It's just going to be a short stream today. So probably maybe like 15 to 30 more minutes of flying. On my days off, though, I can definitely fly for a lot longer. Yeah. Fortunately, I got work tomorrow. I'm gonna have to go out on a limb and say that our bogey is not in the area. I'm not sure where he is. He's in the game, or he's in the server at least. He could very well be in the lobby. So yeah, Yeah, we are hauling booty right now. 1.56 Mach. So one way you can estimate ETA in a fighter jet, or one simple way, there's knots and then you got Mach number. The way I like to use it is if you move this decimal place, so we're going 1.58 Mach, or we'll round it up for simplicity's sake to 1.6 Mach. If you move this decimal over 1, that would give us 16, which is going to be about, roughly, we're going to be going about 16 miles every minute. So right now it's actually looking about 1.5 minutes or so, but if we look down at the HSI, it should confirm that. Yep, less than a minute out, so. Or about a minute, yeah. Under 2 minutes is what I meant to say. And on this HSI, if you notice, we're at this is giving us our estimated fuel when we arrive, so that's pretty accurate. We're at 6.6 right now. It's estimated we're going to be at 6,000 when we get there. But obviously we're not seeing anyone over here, so I'm actually going to head on back to the ship. Get rid of that master caution. Also, I'm going to pull back on the power a little bit because we do not need to go that fast back towards the ship. Go ahead and get the course set up. Now, if you're a Super Hornet pilot, or a Super Bug pilot, excuse me, a simulator Super Hornet pilot, granted, I'm not going to try to give the real guys any pointers or anything, but yeah, when you get altitude, these engines run a lot more fuel efficient. A lot of people get alerted or alarmed when they see you know, a low fuel state like that. That's actually plenty of gas. We're gonna make it back just fine. See, as you can see, it's estimating 5,500 pounds by the time we get to the carrier. So I'm really not worried about it. One other thing, yeah, while it's on my mind, just looking around this cockpit while I'm speaking my mind. One common thing I've noticed a lot of people do in TAC Pack that is not recommended is this little switch right here, the jammer, is best kept off. A lot of people think that obviously it's a jammer, so it's going to help you, right? Actually, it doesn't really when you're up against another Super Hornet, because the Super Hornet has something called home on jam capability. So when you turn that on, essentially I don't even have to turn on, or like if I'm tracking someone else who is using their jammer, I don't even have to turn on my radar, and I can actually track them totally passively at that point, or at least get their direction. And once you get close, you're it's almost like turning on a flashlight in a dark room. Everyone's going to know where you are right away. Flashlights are great in that you could blind someone with them. You know, you can overload their input with them, but unfortunately the Super Hornet's eyes don't get overloaded very easily. So it's gonna, if you turn that on or if you have a jammer on in your jet, there's a very good chance that someone's going to passively track you. We are back on course for the ship. Our or getting there, actually. Yeah, it's just chasing this line right here. Talon 310 is inbound Mothers, Angels 36, bearing 330, 6.1. Just in case the other person in the session is listening and happens to be flying an approach, which I don't think he is. I haven't spotted him yet or anything. Oh, there we go. There he is. He does have TAC Pack, it looks like. He is on my team. He's got to have TAC Pack. Huh, that's weird. It's huge writing. Maybe he doesn't, but yeah, that is kind of odd. It's showing me he is on a team. You know what? We'll go investigate him. How much gas do we got for that? Yeah, we got plenty of gas. He's at Angels 2.5 Mach. So he's at 0.3 Angels 1. So like I said, as soon as you can see, my lower limit right here is Angels 2. So we're going to see him probably get to this point right around here and then disappear on us. Obviously we can regain him if I drop altitude, but as you can see, our limit here is 2,000 feet. It looks like he's at 1,000 feet right now. And after he drops off our radar, we're going to remember where he was for 32 seconds. Which we're probably going to see here in a second. Yep, there he goes. So, as you can see, this is a radar memory timer. So we're at 10 seconds now. Go ahead and get a little bit lower. He may have left the game, because we should have picked him back up. I'll keep on going down to about 20,000 feet. See if he shows back up or not. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. He could still be down there. Maybe it landed or something. I'm not seeing him. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn back towards the ship. I would investigate further, but yeah, I don't want to go too far out and then not have the gas get back. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right back for that line again. Which looks like it's about 20 miles out or so. So that means that about 2 minutes. Alright, in 2 minutes we'll be at about 18 miles. Just because if we move that decimal place over, that would give us 9.3 miles a minute, or about 10 miles a minute. Go ahead and put my radar in standby. Also go ahead and bring the HSI up on one of these screens.
Bingo. Bingo.
Our bingo fuel warning, which is that turns on at 5.0, or excuse me, you can reset the bingo. I think 2.2 is fuel low is when it gets you, but yeah, I have mine set for 5.0. Obviously that's going to change though depending on what mission you're doing and whatnot. All bingo means is the amount of gas that you're going to want to have to get back to the ship or get back to your base or whatever be the case. It's like we're about 30 seconds out from our turn. Just gonna go ahead and turn it now. So at 20 miles, that's when we're gonna drop the hook, if I can remember to do that. Hang out at 10,000 for now. So again, if we got about 35 miles, 0.94 Mach, it gives us about 3 minutes, more or less. And if we look down at our HSI, yep, there we go. It concurs. So once we get to 20 miles, that's when I'm going to drop the hook and start my descent. And we're going to be descending down to 1200 feet, which at that point we're going to hold on to 1200 feet until we're about 3 miles out, and that's when we should actually intercept the glide slope. So there's 20 miles, close enough for government work. We're going to go ahead and start our descent. Darn it, got my screen all messed up. Let's see here. There we go. Go ahead and start slowing down too. Obviously, if there was multiple aircraft in the area and we're all trying to land, we're gonna get our spacing and whatnot. I'm not too worried about my speed though if I'm the only aircraft. At least the only aircraft that I know of that's trying to land on this ship right now. Overshot it just by a hair. Yeah, we're just gonna hold on to this until we get to the glide slope. There's the ship already. I can see it a little bit out there. Let's go ahead and go into nav mode. There we go. Three 106 miles needles, fly up on center line. 3.7. Oh, I got high there for a second. Whoops. Need to pay more attention. We are down and dirty. Not too worried about the E-bracket yet. Granted, if I was doing it by the book, I would be, but I'm just trying to get to the ship for right now. A little bit faster. There's 3 miles. We're not quite to the glide slope yet, but we're getting there. And there we go. That's close enough. So we intercepted about 2.8 miles. And from here on out, it's just flying as close as you can to those needles as possible. You should hopefully make it down. Let's see what we got. 3.6. Talon 310, Rhino Ball 3.6 manual. Getting a little bit high. A lot of people say you need to, the ball calls on at 3/4 mile. If you see the ball before then, you can call it sooner. I could have called this one at 2 miles probably. Been fine. Essentially, if the LSO is telling you to call the ball, you're probably too late. Oh, way too much power there at the end. It's still a 3-wire. Not too shabby, I guess, but I was a little bit off center on that. That's probably misleading on the stream to go ahead and attach. It's just out of habit. I always go to Cat 1, but anyways, thanks for watching if anyone is. Another fun day in a Super Hornet. I should be around throughout the week and whatnot every now and then, but I'm definitely committed on Saturdays to be streaming from 2 to 5 Pacific time. Usually those streams, though, they're actually only about 2.5 hours long, so I might shave off like 30 minutes or so. But anyways, anyone watching, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.